So we are a totally mobile, tiny coffee shop.
Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Matthew Parsons, Realtor here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and today, this month, we're actually highlighting great coffee places in the Knoxville area. And today we are going to take a look at Refill Coffee. And today I'm with Adam. Adam, how you doing?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm good. So Adam, tell me a little bit about Refill.
Sure thing. So we are a totally mobile, tiny coffee shop that's run by three people, myself and my partners, Amy Kennedy and Chad Grinner. And we also have a teammate, Seth, who helps us out frequently during the week.
And so the whole concept is it's not even necessarily like a food truck, right? Which I think a lot of people are familiar with food trucks and the concepts at this point, but you guys are actually like a coffee cart.
Absolutely.
So you get into the crevices maybe that food trucks can't. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We have two carts specifically designed to roll through a standard door.
Wow.
Now, we are capable of serving outside, and we serve outside pretty frequently, but that is an added perk of working with us, is we can come right into your workspace. We've set up in hallways and back porches, and at the moment we have yet to find a place that we couldn't operate in.
So what brought about this concept? This is a little bit different. Tell me about the genesis of Refill.
We admired a similar business and had struck up a friendship with them and talked and consulted with them, and they helped us kind of lay the groundwork for what we were doing. And then our first, I want to say I mean myself, Chad, and Amy, we looked at buying a coffee shop. And so that was a very short daydream type discussion, and we came to the conclusion, like, this mobile concept seems like more of an adventure. So let's give that a shot. And Chad, our teammate, is a professional musician. And so he started working on the concept of the cart based on things that he had used to move music equipment around before. And that's where the look of Refill came about. And so that's where kind of the pillars started, like the idea for it, the solid advice to make it happen, and then the look of it all came together in those instances.
Right. Well, and it's not, and at this point, you're rolling, right?
Indeed.
It's tried and true at this point. We talked a little bit about that earlier regarding the fact that the same thing when I do videos, right? And you do one or two and you learn, and then you learn a little bit more, and then you've got the system down. You guys are at that point now, right?
We're there. We're really close to our second year in operation. We're out and about almost every day of the week. We just had a streak of maybe 22, 23 days straight without taking a day off, which is tiring and it's a challenge, but it's really encouraging that we can accumulate that much steady work and that people are reaching out to us now asking if we can come to their business party, event, etc. And we take up all these opportunities, and we have a pretty good system for loading in, setting up in a small amount of space and a short amount of time now.
So Adam, you guys have been in business for a while now. What are some of the different types of events that you guys have actually done?
We have done everything from a graduation party on somebody's back porch, dropped the equipment off in the driveway, parked it on the porch, to the punk rock flea market, which was earlier this year out at Hexagon Brewing, which was a really interesting event for us. There's music, it was 90 degrees, and there was a brewery within walking distance to us, and that was an incredibly happy, encouraging moment for us to see how coffee can play even in that environment. We sold everything we had. The punk rock flea market was really good to us. Yeah. The things we could fill in the middle, everything from employee appreciation, client entertaining. So maybe a rep comes in and they need to spend some time pitching a product line to their client base. Like, we'll roll this cart in, the cart will serve coffee. While everybody's enjoying a drink, they get the opportunity to talk to that active audience.
And I think I would imagine that one of the things that helps the business grow is the actual quality of the coffee. So what are some of the drinks that you offer? I mean, we're not talking about, hey, somebody comes up and you've simply got a pump that you're dispensing coffee into. We're talking about, you guys are straight up baristas, right? Or I'm sorry, you're a dude. I don't know. Do we call it baristo?
I don't know.
Barista bro.
I like that.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I like barista
Right here,
bro.
I'm trademarking that.
There you go. TM.
Barista bro.
Yeah, have the little TM pop up in the corner of the screen. You say that?
There
I
you
like
go,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's well done.
So anyway, you guys are not just simply, pumping a coffee. You guys are doing the full menu. What are some of the items that you offer, or some of your specialties?
And you're right about saying the quality of the coffee matters a lot. We use all locally roasted coffee. We work with the Golden Roast here locally, who's been so good to us. Even us being such a small operation, they are incredibly kind to us. And they roast twice a week. So the beans that everybody's getting when they come to the cart are really, really fresh. And we can make you a traditional black cup of coffee, because there are certainly a number of people that would, you yourself,
Right now, I'm drinking. Yeah, I'm having that. So.
to a more decadent type of drink, like a cookie dough frappuccino, that will use local coffee, local dairy milk, blended up with some chocolate chips and chocolate, and decorated on top with whipped cream. And we change our special almost every week. Today, in particular, is the White Tiger.
What is the White Tiger? I heard you describe it, but I want the people out in the interweb to hear about this drink. Sounded awesome.
Foundation of white chocolate.
Okay.
Layer in dark chocolate over that. Locally roasted coffee. We can do it hot, iced, or frozen. Local dairy milk if that's your preference. And then we'll actually decorate the cups where it looks like it has stripes going down, because white tiger, you know?
yeah.
So have like a white chocolate stripe and a dark chocolate stripe
Okay.
intermixed in it. Intermix, is that a word?
I don't know.
Can I trademark?
Trademark.
Yeah. And then whipped cream with little chocolate on top. And it's a nice drink.
I feel like Jerry Maguire or Renee Zellweger. You had me at white chocolate. You had me at hello. All right. So awesome. And so if I want to get Refill Coffee Cart, tell me about how I can connect with you guys. Is it, you guys have a social media presence, as well as, how do I hire you guys?
There are a few ways that we can make that happen. There is a website, refillcoffeecart.com, where you can look at our calendar, where we will post on the calendar anytime we have a public event scheduled. Most of our work is private, so we won't post that, but you do get a concept from the calendar when they're available. You can request us via a tool on the website, or we're very responsive on Facebook and Instagram, where you can message me, and it will really be me you're talking to. Amy and Chad handle other parts of the business. All those messages come straight to me. And we can discuss the parameters of what you're looking for, but then I really like to move it over to email at that point, just so we can have kind of a digital paper trail of what we're expecting.
Well, it's easier to keep track of, looking for keywords and so on and so forth. So
For
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
yes. So refillcoffeecart.com or Refill Coffee Cart on Facebook and Instagram.
What if I want to email you directly? Would that be? So
You
that,
totally
that
do
way,
that.
we're not even just moving. We're not doing the whole Facebook Messenger back and forth. If I wanted to email you, what would that be?
Adam@refillcoffeecart.com.
Okay, there you go. Simple enough.
And it's me.
It's
yeah.
you.
There are no automated responses. It is me you're talking to.
Okay. So Adam, you not only do the private events, but you also do public events. Now, can a person come and to one of the public places where you serve and enjoy Refill Coffee?
Absolutely, absolutely. There are many events that we do that are totally open to the public, no admission necessary. Anyone can come in and get a free cup of coffee, or even here at Parkside Plaza, the way IMS has been nice enough to set up this building, it's open. If you're driving through Turkey Creek, you come by Parkside Plaza, you can walk right in and have a cup of Refill coffee, which is unusual. Most of our events are private. It's behind a security wall, it's behind a locked door, so it's a pretty...
Someone's house, you even said, right?
Indeed.
If I see your truck outside, I shouldn't stop and walk into the backyard, right?
Perhaps not.
Right, but here on Turkey Creek on Wednesday mornings, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is there another public place that you regularly we can find you at?
Not during the week.
Okay.
The closest thing, every Jefferson County High School home football game, we will be there serving coffee. You do need a ticket to get into the football game, but it goes to a good cause. The tickets benefit the school, and it proceeds, part of the proceeds, let me not say that so condescending, part of the proceeds You do need a ticket to get into the football game. That benefits the school, and then we donate a percentage of all our sales to the Jefferson County Band Boosters. Yes.
Is there something that I haven't asked that the people out there in the world should know?
I really like that you hit on the points that we can fit indoors and we offer catering. I think those are two of the most unique qualities that we have. And I would love it for people to consider the benefit of coffee at their events and functions. We're quick, we're discreet, we're small. It's a unique item that you can gift to attendees. And then we work really hard to make the drink something special. And there is absolutely a lot of wonderful qualities that go with a black cup of coffee. But if you're looking for something that ties into your event, a drink that maybe no one's heard of before, like, we would love to brainstorm with you and see how we can make that work for your event and make something pretty memorable that we can use to entertain friends, family, clients.
With this model where you can come into these different places and do these different events, that there are just different tiers and different ways that you can set up the pricing. What are some of the ways that you can set that up if I'm thinking about bringing you in for a corporate event?
Sure. We do it in two different ways. We do have a foundation, a level of sales that we're looking to have guaranteed. And we can either do that if our hosts want the drink to be kind of on the house, like, hey, welcome to our office, cup of coffee's on us today, and we can price that out based on the number of attendees that you think you will have. And we do that based on the number of attendees so we can order ingredients, we can grind and brew coffee to a specification where there's not a lot of waste, and then you're getting the freshest ingredients that we can provide. Another way of doing that is if our hosts would like attendees to pay for drinks of coffee, we can kind of meet them in the middle. We'll tell them, like, okay, for the size of this event, for the scope, here's our minimums that we need to meet, and we'll sell as many cups of coffee as we can. And if we come up short of that minimum, we'll ask our hosts, like, okay, can you help us backfill that guarantee? So if it could just be as few as $10 sometimes, like, oh, we were $10 away from the goal, host writes us a check for $10, and then we move on from there.
Okay.
And another attribute of having us at public events is let us help promote it as well. We do have a growing footprint on social media, but we would love to promote. And if there are talking points we can add to your business, some attributes we can share to our audience of here's why you should come check out this place and get a free cup of coffee or a unique cup of coffee, let us spread the word. We want to approach it like we're partnering with you, not just like, well, you're hiring us and we're getting in and getting out. We want it to be more of a relationship, and we want to work together more than once. We don't want to do it one time and then you never hear from us again. We want you to like it and be able to use us often.
One of the things that I've noticed is having set up for this video shoot while you guys were putting together the stuff, you seem to have a relationship and you created an experience for almost everybody that came through, right? And that's part of it, is that it's just not, hey, I'm not just, pumping a pump and serving coffee. I'm creating a joyful experience. The coffee itself is joyful, but you know what? The ordering process should be as well. The watching you make it should be as well. Some big box stores and stuff like that, I got a 20-year-old kid sitting across from me taking my order, and that's all it is. Whereas you're having a discussion about the great options that are available, and that comes through. And hopefully people are getting a little bit of that sense just from the video. I would love it that if they could sense what just an experience you are offering. It's pretty awesome.
That's really nice that you noticed that. We say that the foundation of the business is based on friendship and coffee enthusiasm. My two partners, Amy and Chad, are my friends, and they were my friends long before we worked together, and some of our social situations involved coffee. Amy, also my wife, I met her, the very first time I ever met her was at a coffee shop. So I like to say, sort of playfully, mostly truthfully, like, coffee changed my life.
Right.
I met her at a coffee shop.
Right.
And we want this to be a very relaxed, atmosphere. You don't need to know all the words. You don't need to know the specifics.
I got to interrupt you. You were throwing around words earlier. I was like, what? That was like, I don't even know. I can't even repeat some of them. Not because they're bad. I can't repeat some of the words you were saying.
Thank you for that disclaimer. Yeah.
But only because they were these coffee terms. But you were using them to have a conversation and educate the customer and talk about, your love of coffee and sharing it with them. It was pretty awesome.
Because I totally empathize. You see a menu and you see these Italian words on there, latte, macchiato. You see a made-up word, frappuccino. Starbucks owns that, so we may have to bleep that out. Starbucks may want their money for that.
Gotcha.
And I empathize. When I first started going to coffee shops, I was in my late 20s, and I would order Americanos because that was the thing I was comfortable pronouncing. Mm-hmm. And I was that guy that I didn't want to ask for help. I was embarrassed that I didn't know what I was doing. And it was like, well, I'll just order the thing that I feel like I can pronounce. And I don't want people to, I shouldn't just say I. Right. None of us that work on the team want people to perceive it that way, that this is intimidating and I got to know how to pronounce these things and somebody's going to scoff at me if I say it wrong. You can come up to us and say I want something chocolatey with milk in it. And I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you mean, no. It's just no, chocolatey with milk. I got you.
Right.
No problem. Yeah, we can make that happen.
Yeah. Pet peeve of mine, right? When somebody says something and you know what they accidentally say the wrong thing, but you know what they mean, but you feel inclined to correct them. I hate that. There's no need to do that. If you know what they meant, let it slide.
Absolutely.
Unless you have a relationship with them, in which case then you can go, hey, listen, I just want you to know, this is how it's pronounced. So then that way, when you're in future situations, maybe you don't say it the wrong way, right?
Absolutely.
There's no reason for you to go, oh, do you mean, I can't stand that.
And people remember that. If you embarrass somebody or you make someone feel uncomfortable, they will, I shouldn't say that about the whole population. I will remember that.
Sure.
And so I try to look at everything like this empathetic way of how do I want to be treated?
Yeah.
And my business partners and our team at Seth, I want there to be a friendly environment there. And so we try to extend that to people on the other side of the cart. We do have conversations. We do get to hear about families and kids and things like that. And so I think we'd be doing them a disservice if we didn't have those type of conversations with them. We appreciate you coming here and sharing this moment with us. Let's talk a minute if you want to. But at the same time, I think we're good about boundaries too. If someone's on their phone and we're in work environments a lot, so we get that people are answering emails we're not going to interrupt what you're doing. Yeah. But hey, if you just need a break in your day and you want to talk for the 2 minutes it might take us to make a drink, I enjoy that a lot. Mm-hmm. I like the small talk.
Would it be fair to say that that's part of where the name Refill comes from?
Check you out.
Yeah, because I get that sense, right? Because when I step up to refill coffee cart, I'm getting a refill of my coffee, right? We all know that, or filling up for the first time. But there's a refill of my soul that happens. I feel like I just,
I am
perhaps put a little bit too much pressure on you there.
I am a little disappointed in me that I didn't find a way to work that in before you did, because that is true. Mm-hmm. When we literally had scrap paper with names of things that we wanted, and Chad, I'll give him credit, Chad came up with Refill, and there were 2 good examples of that. The experience, the friendly atmosphere that we're working hard to do is a refill in your break, in your day. Right. And I would like to think maybe sometime we could even make someone's life a little bit better. That's a bold goal, but I would like to think that we could. And 2, we do have the goal of partnering with a number of nonprofits throughout the year. And it was our way of refilling the community. How can we add to something that's already happening, something that's already positive? How can we add our piece to that? So we've worked with YWCA. We worked with the Knoxville Guinea Pig Rescue. Did you know that existed? I did not know that
That's
existed.
my next video right there.
I did not know they
So
existed.
tell me about these guinea pigs.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So the Knoxville Guinea Pig Rescue, the Humane Society, Fountain City Lions Club, and so I'm disappointed I didn't think of that earlier. I'm very grateful that you brought that up.
But that's it. That's the point is that I sense it. I can feel it. All of a sudden, like you're like, wait, I feel like I'm getting coffee, and not only is my cup being refilled, but again, I said my soul, right? Which puts this just like
Let's go with that.
okay, all right, that's cool. But yeah, so I left the cart when I was experiencing it. I left happy, and I felt refilled. And so I think it automatically comes through. It's not even something that you necessarily need to go, hey world, this is what the case is. I think people feel it, and I've seen it. Almost everybody that's been coming through today.
It's very
At least here in Turkey Creek, you've got some regulars at this point here in the office building, and hopefully we'll have some more. People driving through Turkey Creek on Wednesday mornings from what
8 till
time?
11.
From 8 until 11. Stop in here at the building and just experience it for yourselves. Experience it before you even hire them. Right? Come in, experience that. But the clients who are the people who have been coming through and getting this stuff. I mean, you've had conversation with almost every single one of them. You've known their drinks. You've talked to them about life stuff. There's been a lot of laughter and a lot of fun, and you're waving to one of them right now. But that's part of what comes through, and that's part of the reason I'm really excited to share Refill Coffee with everybody out there today.
That's very nice of you to say. Thank you.
All right, so there you go. I'm Matthew Parsons, Realtor at Keller Williams here in Knoxville, Tennessee, serving the Knoxville area. Also serving the Knoxville area is Adam and Refill Coffee Cart. Adam, I thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And again, what was the contact information if we want to get a hold of you?
RefillCoffeeCart.com, Refill Coffee Cart on Facebook and Instagram, or even Adam at RefillCoffeeCart.com.
So come by, check them out Wednesday mornings from 8 until 11 here at 11,400 Parkside. It is my personal office. I'm sorry, I make it sound, this is my building. This is not my building. My office is in this building, but it is open to the community, and you guys can come in and check out all the amazing, wonderful drinks that they have and experience just the joy of getting refilled at Refill Coffee Cart. Again, I'm Matthew Parsons. My phone number is 865-761-9797. Call or text if you're thinking about buying or selling here in Knoxville. We can make the process smart, simple, and safe. Thank you, and God bless.